Hello everyone, and welcome to Cronkite Cut, where our entertainment news is a cut above the rest. I'm Katherine Hathaway.
And I'm Brandon King. Thanks for joining us this week.
On this week's episode, we are talking about veggie vodka and some throwbacks coming to your television.
Right now, it looks like someone started making trouble in the neighborhood. Let's go to Kayla King-Sumner for more.
It's getting real heated in Bel-Air. The former cast of The Fresh Prince snapped a family photo at a charity event, but they left one major cast member out, the OG Aunt Viv, Janet Hubert. The actor who played Carlton on the show, Alfonso Ribeiro, posted the picture featuring Will, Hillary, Ashley, the new Aunt Viv, and even Jeffrey the butler got his invitation to the cookout. The post has more than 60,000 likes on Instagram already. Now, we already know Janet Hubert as Aunt Viv. Elegant and tasteful, never anything less. But she and Will Smith had a falling out lasting nearly a decade that sabotaged her relationship with the cast. But do not be mistaken, Janet is still that spiritually woke auntie on Facebook that be posting in all caps when she ready to chat, and she does not hold back for y'all. After hearing about the function, she responded by allegedly calling Alfonso a media hoe on her personal Facebook and then deleted the post. Honestly, same though, Janet. If you don't invite your Auntie Viv, for the sake of everyone, do not mess around and post about it. Just keep it low. Back to you, Kat and Brandon.
Kayla, the boys of One Direction are officially all starting to run in different directions. First Zayn, then Niall, Louis, and even Harry Styles is breaking ties with the heartthrob boy band that started on the British singing competition, The X Factor. Styles signed his solo deal in 2016 and is now ready to take off with his first single called Sign of the Times on April 7th. To follow up the release, the new solo star will be performing on Saturday Night Live with host Jimmy Fallon on April 15th. Quote, so excited, a young heartthrob and Harry Styles will be on SNL together April 15th. Hashtag when Harry met Jimmy. Hashtag Fallon Styles SNL. End quote. Fallon joked on Twitter, promoting the episode. Fans will be eagerly awaiting the performance and the release of the pop star's breakout into the solo scene. Brandon, are you a One Direction fan? I know I was when I was young. It was one of my first concerts, and I was definitely a Niall. I was a Niall girl. I loved him. So, do you have a favorite? Did you ever listen to any of the music?
I don't have a favorite, but I'm also not one of those guys who just blindly hates One Direction for the sake of hating. I actually think they've done some really good songs, whether it's Night Changes. Best Song Ever is kind of one of my guilty pleasures, to be perfectly honest. But I think breaking out for Harry is a good idea for him, especially with the success of Zayn, with the success of Niall. I think it's a good move for him to try and break out into the solo stuff, and I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, they've all kind of dissipated into their own things. I know Liam had a child, right? Yeah. So they've all started to grow up a little bit, and with their growing up, we've kind of grown up too out of our little childhood boy band. That was definitely one of my favorites.
All age and time, unfortunately. Now to Will Weinstein with more from television.
Get ready to rediscover some of your favorite old TV shows. Discovery Communications is bringing back Mythbusters, Cash Cab, and Trading Spaces. Let's break down how that works one by one. For Mythbusters, Adam Savage and Jamie Hyneman did leave the show, but two new hosts were selected on the reality show Mythbusters: The Search. The science show will return with hosts Brian Loudon and Jonathan Lung. The amazing Cash Cab surprise quiz show will be back in New York City pretty much as it was before it went off the air in 2012. Although there's one big change in the books. There is no word yet on who will be replacing Ben Bailey as the driver/host. Trading Spaces will be back on TLC, and for this comeback, the original cast is trying to rejoin the show, although it is unclear which of them will return, if any. Season premiere dates have yet to be announced, but just the announcement that they will be back is big news. In other news, Thursday morning, we got a teaser for the 7th and final season of Game of Thrones. The teaser depicts Daenerys Targaryen, Cersei Lannister, and the King of the North, the former Lord Commander, and my personal bid for the Iron Throne, Jon Snow. They all walk toward their respective thrones and take a seat before the camera pulls out to reveal that the Night King, the King of the White Walkers, has his eye on them. It looks like the final war is happening. This teaser also had the release date for the season, which is July 16th of this year. The final season will have fewer episodes than the previous ones, and it will contain the ending that George R.R. Martin has planned for the books. However, the way it gets there will most likely be different from what Martin writes. Hint, hint. Finish the books, George. Anyway, that's all from me. Winter is coming, and I'm Will Weinstein.
Thanks, Will. So according to Variety, actors Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Channing Tatum have just signed on to Universal Pictures' new R-rated musical comedy, Wingmen. The plot is being kept pretty much under wraps at this point, but at the most we know, it's being described as a mix between Pitch Perfect and the Book of Mormon, and tells the tale of two pilots who, despite a bunch of misadventures, crash into Las Vegas. Sounds fun to me. It's also being written by 21 Jump Street screenwriter Michael Bacall, and James Bobbin, who directed the 2011 Muppets movie, was originally signed to direct onto it, but he's since dropped out, which means Joseph Gordon-Levitt is actually signing on to direct it himself. You might know his first directorial debut in Don John with Julianne Moore and Scarlett Johansson from 2013. It was a really pleasant surprise of a film, and I can't wait to see what he does with this. Kat, you hear about a musical with Channing Tatum and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's rated R. It's being described as that type of mix of films. Are you excited about this?
The mix of films, that kind of caught me off guard. That's very interesting to see a musical, a rated R musical with Channing Tatum and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I'm excited. You know, I love Channing Tatum. I think it's going to be really interesting. I didn't really know he could sing.
Well, I mean, they can both. Joseph Gordon-Levitt has had his sort of indie label with Hit Record, and he's done a bunch of projects with that. And if you saw Hail Caesar last year, the Coen Brothers movie, Channing Tatum does this amazing like 1940s dance number. It's so good. If you guys haven't seen that No Dames dance number, look it up. But it looks like a really interesting thing. You get the screenwriter from 21 Jump Street on. You think that helps at all?
Good, then I'm excited to see it. You know, it sounds like it's going to be interesting. Do you know when it's coming out?
We don't have a release date yet. Is being kept very secretive. We'll just have to see when it comes out.
Building up anticipation. Yeah. Okay, now let's go to Frankie McLister for some possible changes to the way you buy groceries.
If Amazon gets its way, you may not be buying your favorite packaged goodies from a grocery store anymore. The online retailer has been in contact with companies like General Mills and Melendez. Amazon wants these companies to ditch the big box retailers like Walmart and Target and sell their products only online directly to customers. No more late night runs to the grocery stores. Could online shopping become the norm for groceries? We'll just have to wait and see. Well, there's a new treat ready for Easter that you never expected. You can now purchase alcohol made from carrots. Let me break it down. So basically, vodka is normally made from potatoes, but a Pennsylvania-based distillery called Boardroom Spirits changed the main ingredient. They use carrots instead of potatoes. The founder, Matt Memedov, told foodandwine.com that carrots are ground, down, fermented, and distilled to create a vodka with carrot essence. Memedov founded Boardroom Spirits with his wife, Zusa, and brother, Vlad. The trio learned that the craft of distilling in Zusa's native country of Hungary. So it might not taste like carrots, but it's definitely an innovative new way of making vodka. If you're ever in Pennsylvania, be sure to look out for it in your nearest liquor store. Back to you, Brandon and Kat.
Thanks, Frankie. Now let's see what happened when reporter Lauren Bukowski sat down with the star of the musical Disenchanted that challenges the classic fairy tale ending.
Although these princesses may look familiar, their roles in the musical parody Disenchanted are no fairy tale. Actress Shelby Ringdahl, who plays Snow White, says, "This version of the first Disney princess is not waiting for her Prince Charming." This Disney spoof tells the stories of the princesses once happily ever after isn't as it seems. Ringdahl joined the cast less than a month ago and learned her role in 1 week. Ringdahl hopes the audience understands the deeper message behind the musical numbers and jokes.
Thanks, Lauren. That does it for this week's episode of Cronkite Cut, but we're always online and on social media, so check us out at Cronkite_cut.
And for all the latest episodes and bloopers, you can check out our website, cronkitecut.com, or subscribe to our YouTube channel in the description below. We'll be back next week. I'm Brandon King.
And I'm Catherine Hathaway. Cronkite Cut is your source for entertainment news, a cut above the rest.
We'll see you guys next time.